Welcome to Ian and Jerrod's Humpday Extravaganza.
Hey, all you happy listeners out there.
We kind of did that music originally kind of ironically because I didn't have anything. It's really grown on me. That thing's a banger.
I don't know. I feel like we're on hold at the beginning of the show.
Do you really? You don't like it? My vision is to create, like I did for Wilty, an opening like theme song montage, things like that. But I can't think of, I really wanted our faces to be flying in and, really, I don't have the skill set, so I got to come up with something that's very text heavy with royalty free music.
Yeah. Because you wouldn't want to lose that artistic vision.
No, the hackiest of hacky openings. every community television station, their shows open that way.
Hi, Kelly.
Woo! Boy, we have a show for you tonight. I'll tell you, you're all very lucky for being here. I'm just going to put that out here.
It is your privilege to be here.
To listen to what Jerrod and I have got going on. It is, I don't know. It's been, it's kind of, this week was very end of January for me. It was, I'm getting into the kind of the winter blah.
Now that's a good scintillating start to the show, right?
Yeah, I know, but that's the point. I'm very happy.
I am depressed. Hang around for the comedy, folks.
Jerrod, this is how depressed I am. Seeing your face is the highlight of my week.
Oh,
yeah,
that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. If you need somebody to talk to,
I know. Talkspace. They don't sponsor us, but they're out there. Yeah. Hey, everybody, Jerrod says, and Kelly says hi. Yep. Although, Jerrod, you said it on YouTube, and Kelly said it on Facebook, so I don't think they saw it. She saw that. That was a spontaneous hi.
That's right. That's right.
I like that.
Good. She is not wasting time getting her greetings out there, and I, for one, appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah. Don't wait to be invited. This is your show. I mean, it's our show. Let's be real. We own the copyright, and when it gets picked up for syndication, we share the profits. But it's your show, people. Yeah.
That's right.
Once we get that big sponsorship, man, we're off to the races, and
we're making that Facebook rising star money now, everybody.
Yeah. I don't even know if we're still a rising star. They've kind of gone. They kind of. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties. We're here.
That's the jealous denizens trying to hold us down.
You're absolutely right. It is a conspiracy. People with lesser shows, with less civilized audiences try to tear us down, but we rise above like a phoenix.
We're talking to you, young Sheldon.
Yeah. Zuckerberg. Absolutely,
Zuckerberg!
Kelly. Zuckerberg!
Yeah. This was actually my first, well, no, I shouldn't say that. Never mind.
Okay.
I say my first Saturday where I didn't have stuff to do, but I did have stuff to do. This is my first Saturday where I wasn't performing at night since the holidays, though.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you had that killer pre and post holiday performance.
Yeah. I thought, why not schedule a bunch of stuff for this time? I'm not doing anything. And when you schedule a bunch of stuff for a time when you're not doing anything, turns out you're doing a lot of stuff.
You're doing a lot of stuff. That changes. That impacts it and changes it.
Turns out.
Now, Jerrod, do you ever feel like you're in danger of oversaturating the market of the Greater Providence area with your unique talents?
I do worry about that sometimes. Like a little Jerrod goes a long way. Believe me, I know that. But I don't want to be like a one-hit wonder. I don't want my flame to be really, really bright and then just die out all of a sudden. So
yeah,
I'm pulling back on my performances just a little tiny bit, just to make sure. Give that little Jerrod simmer that this part of the country is looking for.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree. Make them want it, like make them like sit back and like, damn, I wish Jerrod was performing. I'd go watch the hell out of some Jerrod.
That's right. I want to be a little more like the McRib, maybe.
Yes. Make people
I could take that back.
so basically disappear for a while until people start going, remember the McRib? I really like the McRib. Then you unleash it on the public and they realize, no, I never really liked the McRib.
Yeah, I wish I could take that one back.
It's
That is how it works. Oh, I can't wait for the McRib to come around, and then the McRib comes around and say,
oh, I don't feel good.
Yeah, I am diarrhea.
Wow.
And I don't want that to happen to people from me.
Yeah. So I don't know. Is it a Kelly says we're gone again? Is it a Kelly thing or a Ian and Jerrod thing? I don't know.
The Shamrock
Roy, Drew.
Roy, great one.
So Jerrod is, yeah. So basically, you want to see him once a year, get as much of him as you can,
right?
Yeah, hopefully he won't turn your teeth green.
I love the Shamrock Shake. I don't know. Every year that comes around, like, I gotta get me some of that.
I feel like you could make your own very easily. Just get some mint flavoring and add it to a vanilla shake.
Look, there are like websites all over the internet about how I could make my favorite meals from restaurants at home. Great. You might as well have websites out there that are like, this is how you can build your favorite jet plane, because it's as good of a chance of me doing that as there is of me making my own goddamn Shamrock Shake. Not when I can use my McDonald's app points and get one for free and just drive through and snatch it up.
Hey, speaking of the points, you know what happened this week?
What?
I earned enough to own a McDonald's franchise.
Nice.
Yeah. It happened. It's what happens when you go and never redeem. Because here's my conundrum with the points at McDonald's. McDonald's, if you use their mobile app or use a code when you go to McDonald's, you get points for every $1 that you order. However, you can only redeem it for one thing, right? So
yeah,
you can't go through all your points. And if they have any other deal, you can either use the deal or your points, right? So every day they have a $2 breakfast sandwich, which is my jam, right? I get an Egg McMuffin.
Yeah.
Perfect. Get that. Sometimes I make my own coffee at home. Sometimes I get it there. I digress. But that's all I buy at McDonald's are breakfast sandwiches. So I've never have the opportunity to use the points. I mean, I do if I went for another meal there, but I feel like one McDonald's a day is plenty.
I saved up enough that I was able to have Grimace as my sex slave for an entire weekend.
Wasn't that your childhood dream?
It was great. It's squishy everywhere on that.
And he smelled of purple. That's gross. Roy Drew, man. Wow. Super fan right there.
What a great point. You know what? Roy makes the best points.
He does make the point.
Roy is our good point guy.
And this is if you want to make it a cocktail.
Right?
Put in a little cream de menthe.
Lord knows I love a foo-foo drink.
Mm-hmm. You love an umbrella in your drink.
I do. An umbrella or like some sort of dairy.
Oh, look at this. We're having a connection in our chat.
Yeah, well,
pay attention, people.
Right.
We're the dancing monkeys up here. Come on.
You guys start a group chat over there?
Yeah. Oh, hey, Roy, let's leave and go grab a drink.
Right. I'm in the mood for a Shamrock Shake. How about you?
Oh, my God. I once in college, I got a little bit tipsy, more than tipsy, on grasshoppers. Do you know what those are? They're a cocktail made with cream de menthe and milk. So it's
right
really
up my alley right there.
Order one the next time.
I like to go in like biker bars and
a callback. Trevor.
Wear the gimp mask, sucking Shamrock Shake through it.
Yes. If you a little bit of an update, if you notice, I'm back to my old glasses. Sent the new ones back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank God.
I know. I know. So my vision is not as clear as it once was.
You know, I left the show thinking maybe I was a little mean to Ian last time, but
I
it
just
was all brutal truths that
Yeah.
needed to be told.
I know. So, and I still haven't ordered a replacement parrot. I'm too worried to push that buy button. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, are
Yeah.
these good? Are these good? I don't know.
You should go
Anyways,
somewhere where you can just like try on different like if you could really try them on, because I don't think the website with the picture and
I
everything
know it doesn't. It's not accurate.
that doesn't do it justice. It doesn't capture your full
Yeah,
essence.
but you want to know something, Jerrod? I'm caught because I got store credit, so I have to buy glasses from them.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not walking away for $150, and their glasses aren't in stores, so I'm gonna have to take a big chance.
You have to bite the bullet on one of those.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how many times can you get them and send them back? You think?
Once.
Oh, wow.
Then if you send them back again, they're just gonna give you half your money back. So I don't want to give them $60 or whatever it would be.
Right.
So I will get them, even if I hate them.
Didn't get to the mute button in time.
No, that was good. That was good.
Remove
This is the
myself.
type of professional broadcasting you can expect from the Hump Day. So what you got going on, buddy?
Well, you know, I was talking to somebody recently, and it was making me think back to my high school days, like things I liked, the things I didn't like.
Yeah.
And then soon after, I saw one of those memes. It was like, "What would you rather have, $10 million or be young again, but know everything that you know now?" Also got me thinking of my high school days and the things I liked in high school, and it gave me a little. There's some things I liked in high school that I still like, and I thought, why don't we talk about these?
All right, let's do it.
The top 5 things I liked as a teenager that I still like.
Now, before you get to the first one, do you find there are more? You like a lot of things the same when you were exploring it, or is it very few things that you still like that you liked as a teenager? Do you feel
there's definitely a lot fewer, but the things that I liked as a teenager that I still like now, I really, really like a lot.
Okay, so so it had to be really up there for you. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
I want to let everybody know I am still available for any graphics presentation needs you might have.
I mean, not everybody is as confident to put black type on a white background, but
right?
you sir make it work.
Really makes that black type pop out, right? Really makes it visible. There we go. 5
there it
things.
is.
So the number one, you know what? Why don't we start at whatever? Being an asshole to middle-aged dudes. I got to tell you, I loved doing that when I was a teenager. And to be honest, as I was thinking about it, I still love doing that now.
Yeah.
That is the best crowd to be an asshole to is middle-aged dudes.
Now, do you consider yourself to be a middle-aged dude?
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, that was my question. I was like, oh, is this a little bit of like, hey, you're in that club?
Teenagers are assholes to me. I'm like, I get it. I get it. I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah. Especially when you go in and like do a dad joke, otherwise known as a middle-aged joke.
Yeah. But I think it's ruined a little bit because a lot of the joy of being an asshole to middle-aged dudes is it's because middle-aged dudes are really the most fragile population in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm a little less fragile like that. If it's funny, I kind of got to laugh.
Yeah.
I'm not out to get mad at teenagers. I get it.
Yeah.
So I'm probably not as fun, but I recognize the ones that are fun to be an asshole to.
Yeah, that's awesome. I admire that. That's good. All right.
So the number 2 thing I enjoyed as a teenager, and I still enjoy now, speeding. Only what's changed a little bit is as a teenager, I enjoyed it because it was flying by the seat of my pants and, I hadn't been driving that long and everything. And you're going to live forever. And now it's like personal. Like I'm yelling at the other people who are keeping me from speeding. And I'm very upset with them because I've got somewhere I probably don't even want to go to anyway, but that's where I'm driving to.
Yeah.
So my motivations have changed a little, but still love doing some speeding.
Yeah. And I always resent somebody as you're cruising along and they force you to put your foot on the brake or even take your foot off the gas.
Yeah.
That's just rude.
Yeah. Who the fuck are you?
Exactly.
Who are
Today
you?
and this is the other thing. What's up with this Rhode Island? You're driving and you come to an intersection. You got a green light. You're going straight. Someone decides that from the other direction, it's okay to take a left-hand turn in front of you. Like they got the right of way. Don't you know that if you encounter a green light,
that is such a big Rhode Island thing too.
It's such. I'm always like, I get so close to them that I can see the fear in their eyes, and I'm like, you did this to you.
Yeah,
you did this to you.
People getting in the way of my speeding.
Exactly. Anyways.
All right. So number 3 thing that I loved doing as a teenager that I still love today, foo-foo drinks.
Oh we didn't even know we were going to talk about that, and we talked about it.
I know. Because when I was a teenager, it's not like I was going to bars and getting daiquiris or creme de menthe drinks, or grasshoppers. But then it was like wine cooler. You go to parties, you know what you're doing. You're drinking wine coolers.
Yeah,
those are delicious.
Yeah,
and I just don't see them anymore. Like Bartles and James was like a teenager's dream drink right there.
And in college, we were doing Boone Farms.
Oh yeah.
Drew, thank you for translating for our Rhode Island friends.
Wine coolers. They are so delicious. Like I like sweet drinks, I guess. Like I like soda.
You and I are in the same boat there. I'm not a beer. I don't like beer.
See, I like beer. I don't like I'm not going to pretend to like an IPA. I'm convinced people who say they like IPAs, they're all pretending. It's like a whole giant population of people who are all lying to each other because they don't want to not look cool.
Know what I like about Drew? He's freaking classy. That's a classy beverage right there. A sweet wine. I'm with you. I love a sweet wine.
Man. Those wine coolers are good.
They are good.
Bartles James commercials were hilarious too.
Yeah.
So we've missed out on so much. When we talk about things are getting better in the world, there's a lot of things that are wrong, but they keep getting better. My one line is like back in the 90s, they had wine coolers, man.
Well, and you know what also hasn't gotten better as we keep going? Commercials.
Yeah.
There was just more. I don't know. Maybe this is old man Ian talking, but it just seemed in my day, there were commercials where like every third one was just a classic.
Yeah,
you were laughing.
Coincided with the loss of wine coolers.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken something that it totally changes the taste of the base drink in a way I think wine coolers do. Yeah, I would say if you were to ask somebody from Spain if sangria, or Italy if it were a grown-up wine cooler, they would say, what's a wine cooler?
This is a good one right there.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of the opposite direction. I think a sangria is a 20-year-oldification red wine.
It's a gateway to wines.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like wines? Try this sangria. Come back to me 5 years later when you're doing a Napa Valley tour.
I like a good sangria. I'm not going to lie.
I do too.
The Nordic Lodge.
I was late in life to discover them. Like I
was too. Sangria and mimosas. Like mimosas, just I've never been unhappy while drinking a mimosa. And sangria is just. I just want to sit around with all my friends drinking pitchers of sangria. It's just fun, It tastes fun to me.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Oh. Well, we are terrible middle-aged men, male alcoholics. I messed that joke up completely. So
I'll just laugh for you.
Thanks. Number 4 on the list of things I liked as a teenager that I still like now. Pretending to know rap lyrics when I'm hanging around other people, rapping along the songs. I used to love that when I was a teenager because then it was like cool and energetic and thing. Yeah. I still do that today because I am so bad at remembering lyrics, like really bad. So when you're around enough people, even just one other person who knows the lyrics and they're rapping, you can hide, as far as I'm concerned, the ones that you don't know, and just kind of go with it.
Put a lot of energy and a little less on the mouth area.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, in the 90s when it was in full.
Nobody knew what the damn lyrics were.
You got to find people who do and let them go because they want to show off that they know them. So you could easily slip right in with your
You know what that tells me? If they knew the lyrics in the 90s, pre-internet, they owned the CD album and the lyrics were printed inside. That's like that's how you knew it was. Oh, you're really a Snow fan. You got that CD and learn those unintelligible lyrics. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I remember as a kid, like when you'd buy cassettes
Oh.
and they'd have the ones that didn't have the lyrics. It was just that one little fold that said what it was. It's just
yeah. And you couldn't return return a cassette. Couldn't return it once it's open. So you were duped.
There was bullshit.
There was no way we were going to know the lyrics to any of those songs.
Like, I think one thing that's two things that have gotten lost post like media day, post cassette and CD day. One is the way they do the lyrics in there, because like there'd be some, I think it was Pearl Jam, you'd see like where they hand wrote the lyrics in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a really cool thing that's lost. Then the other one is album art. Like, like there's some really cool album art that was put out there with them, and now we just don't. It's just not a thing anymore.
I was definitely. I don't think this surprises anybody, but I was a big create my own mixtape and then mix CDs when the technology was there, and I really put a lot of time into creating the sleeves, especially CDs, because I could do that on a color printer. My handwriting's horrible, so I could do all that printed out and slip it in that groove on the slim CD case and just enjoy it and give it out. And I made them for my friends, all that stuff. Yeah. That's gone.
Right. You know what? Well, I like that too. And you know what? There's one more thing I liked as a teenager that I still like today. Stealing French fries by pointing behind someone saying, "What's that?" I love that move.
That's a Jerrod move.
It is such a great move. You point over there. What is that over there? They turn, look, you steal a French fry. No. And that is, for any teenagers who might be watching this, who love doing that, love that move, I want to tell you, it only gets better when you get older, because people are a lot slower turning around. So you can sometimes get 2 trips into the fries there as they're slowly turning around because they don't want to throw their back out looking behind them and then slowly turning back and go, what was that?
The slower they move, the bigger a dent you can make in their French fries.
The greatest is when you're like at it, with 3 people and one of you wants to steal a fry, so you point and all 3 of them turn and look as you grab the fry and you're eating it, and then they look back at you like, what? Like I'm the stupid one here, right? Like I'm pointing out things that aren't. What is wrong with me? As I'm happily munching somebody else's fries.
I can't wait to get to the age where I can do that joke and take like their sandwich.
Right.
Like I feel you can't do it they'll really get angry and you're going to end up, it's not going to be worth it. But if you get older, you get away with a lot more stuff the older you get.
I'm going to be stealing a lot of purses with that move.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be a main source of income as I get older. I got to declare it on my taxes. How'd you get all this money? Oh, it was the old look over there. And I just took what I could grab.
At least it'll be easier at that age than stealing catalytic converters. So
yeah, I mean,
quality move.
Very little crawling under a car with that move,
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I don't like crawling under cars, especially if they're jacked up or anything like that. Unless it's a mechanic's hydraulic one, I don't like the underneath. I'm afraid of them just boom falling down.
Oh, I'm with you. That's why I don't steal catalytic converters. If I didn't have that fear.
So here's the thing. So like cars that are high enough, I'm okay getting under them, but I'm always a little worried about like getting oil or grease dripped onto my face. Mm-hmm. So when I do it, I put a face cover on, kind of like this one, and put that on, and it makes me feel a little bit better.
A little better, yeah. You have a lot of reasons to put that on, don't you? It's a lot. There's a lot of scenarios where Jerrod has that on.
It's like the Leatherman of masks. It's great. It's great. But you know what, Ian?
What's that?
While there are some things I liked as a teenager that I still like today,
Yeah.
there's some things I liked as a teenager that I no longer like. And I
people are like, only 5 this week. Aha!
I set a high bar with Ted last week, so I decided to split into 2 lists of 5.
There it is.
Things I liked as a teenager that I no longer like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm crotchety at this point in my life, so.
I feel like you were probably a crotchety teenager, too.
I was a happy teenager, I think.
Happy teenager?
Well, sometimes. I don't think I was crotchety.
Okay. We'll let your mom weigh in.
I was a little bit of special. She's gonna say what a mom's supposed to say, but he was a very handsome, smart young man, which is still true today. Number 1.
Yes.
Finding higher and higher things to jump into the water off of. I
Mm.
mean, as a teenager, if there was water around, you were looking. I know I was looking for the highest thing I could to jump off of into that water.
Yeah.
The higher, the better. Now, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I just want to get in about up to my knees and slowly fall into the water now.
Yeah. Big water got to me and put the fear of God in me smacking my head on the bottom.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, did your mom, is this just no comment? Yes, I would jump into the water if it was tried and true and it was deep and deep and deep and deep.
God, there was this one, it was a lake back home. And what it is in the lake, they have like different platforms anchored with different things. Yeah. Like on one, they had the big wheel that you could spin around and go into the water. Yeah. And they took like one of those, the old aluminum playground slides. Mm-hmm. Where they basically put that on these big whatevers and the big blocks in the water. So you climb up the slide and slide down into the water. And then further out in the lake, they had chained up on these docks. They had a diving board that was angled up, and that was pretty high. And they had a high dive.
Oh, wow. See, now I don't mind that stuff because it's clearly made and safe, right? I mean, it's like finding a cliff and jumping off that when you don't know where it's going.
Yeah. Like, you know, honestly, as a teenager, if I could have found burning aircraft carriers to jump off of, I probably would have done that. Mm-hmm. Now, no, absolutely not.
You were happy.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Now, was your mom happy?
Whenever she could be around her happy son.
There it is.
So, you know, there's other things I liked as a teenager that I don't like now. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Things like parties at my house.
Yes.
When I was a teenager, my parents went off one weekend. So I had a party at my house. And it was great. It was great. Now, I will do anything to stop a party from happening at my house. Mm-hmm. Anything.
I feel like that's kind of a common thing that happens in adulthood. I feel like a lot of people have had that same journey.
I don't know. There's the adults out there who love hosting parties at their place.
Yeah, no.
And thank God for them, because otherwise there would never be parties in the world. I don't want to do it. You want to? I'll pick up paper towels or something on the way there. More than happy to.
Yeah. No, as a kid, I knew then I didn't like hosting parties. Too much cleanup, too much responsibility. And you can't, I guess you can. It's very irresponsible, but you can't Irish goodbye your own party.
No. So the party I threw in high school, like I had to work that night. So I had two of my best friends actually did most of the work and started up. I get home from work, the party's already going and everything. And my little sister got drunk at the party. My uncle crashed the party. He was a big old alky himself. Took my sister. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
So, is this the first time your mom's hearing about this?
No, she knew because the next day her and my dad came back. Yeah. And it was pretty obvious I'd had a party. My two friends were pretty good at helping like clean up evidence and shit. But my dad he got an inkling and he was just looking for anything.
Yeah.
When I say looking for anything, I mean like the beer bottles and the
swimming pool. They knew you, so they probably were like, "There's no way he's not having a party."
Honestly, that was kind of out of character for me.
Was it?
Yeah.
Too busy being happy. Just too busy being happy.
That's right. I was more likely to go out and do something else. Yeah. But yeah, then the next day my dad's like, "Okay, what are these liquor bottles in the pool?" And I'm like, "My uncle was over drinking with his buddies. He must have thrown them in there." And my mom like couldn't have cared less. And it was like she cared so little that I'd thrown a party that she thought the whole thing was funny. So the next day, like me and my friends were gonna go out somewhere, and I remember my dad like, "You're gonna let him go after he threw a party here last night?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah, why not?
Why not?"
Yeah. House is still standing.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. She lives in the house to this day.
There it is.
Party didn't do it.
Mm-mm.
But now, no, I do not want that. Please, people, do not come over.
Yeah, no impromptu parties at Jerrod's house.
Yeah, and I think like I just don't want to deal with it. And like when I'm at home, I think I just want to be really chill. Like home is my relaxing place. My couch is here.
Mm-hmm.
My bed is here.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where the things I sink into are here.
Yeah.
The things
It's your inner sanctum. It's your fortress of solitude.
Fun happens outside the door.
Exactly. I agree. Although I do host a game night maybe once or twice a year. I host.
Oh, really?
Night. Yeah.
I had no idea that you hosted a game night once or twice a year.
Yeah. Would you like to come the next time I host?
Now you're only asking me now because you're guilted into it because you said it. This is not a bit. I had no idea Ian was doing this. The invitation seems so insincere now.
No, it's sincere, Jerrod. It's absolutely sincere.
That sounded so insincere just now.
I think you're reading into it too much. I think it's very sincere. I will let you know the next time I have a game night. It's going to be soon. I do one a good February, March one, so it's going to be soon.
Okay. All right.
Later we also weren't hanging out the last game night. Like it would be weird if I picked you of everybody I know at the Providence Improv Guild as, "Hey, Jerrod, you want to come to a game night?" Now we've traveled across the country together. We slept in bunks.
Yeah, the one guy one of the few people in my life who I know can stand to be around me for an extended period of time. Why would I ask him over to my game night party?
All right, you got an invite. It's coming up. And now you're gonna have to come. I don't want any excuses.
I know it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be a night of a show.
I know. It probably will. It'll be a Saturday night most likely, and that you'll be performing that night. Yeah.
Maybe that's how you've been planning it out this whole time.
And also, you got to drive all the way down to South Kingstown, so that's the other downfall.
We can go to Nordic Lodge and just drink sangria.
Ooh, I went out to a birthday dinner the other night, and I spent. We treated the birthday person to their dinner as everyone should. That's just a nice thing to do. But when when I paid it, it was just about as much if I had gone to the Nordic Lodge, and I was
really?
like, I wish we had gone because I think I would have enjoyed it even that much better. And I've never been. So I might be up for spending that kind of money because I had a really nice time. It was delicious Italian food. We went to Vanda in Cranston. It was really good.
I've got to say, Nordic Lodge, best red sangria I've ever had. Like, I wouldn't go all the way down there just for the sangria, but if I was down in South Kingston already, say at a party or a game night or something, and people were like, "Hey, let's go pregame and just drink sangria at Nordic Lodge," I would do it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Kelly, fair.
All the way to South Kingston. Hitch up the cattle.
The 30 minutes down the road that it'll take.
Be a big game of Oregon Trail getting down there.
I'm worried I'm going to get the dysentery.
Stopping shooting bears for a while. Ian.
Yes, sir.
There's still more things I liked as a teenager that I do not like now.
I imagine this is kind of an unlimited list, but go ahead.
No, it's 5. Limited. But you know what one of them is?
What?
Getting together with the fellas and doing any kind of exercise. When I was a teenager, it would hey, let's get together and play some basketball, play some soccer, play some football. Always doing that. Loved doing that. Now, I would find any excuse not to do it. But, I'm around other middle-aged guys and nobody. You reach that point, it's like not an option.
I feel like
soccer ball in my car. That's great. Your car will love
it. I feel, first of all, you and I have very different childhoods because everything you liked as a kid, I didn't like and I still don't like. exercise being the number one. But also, I find as somebody that was very good friends with people that like to do pickup games and things like that, if they stop it all in their life, they're done for the rest of their life. If they keep going, I know a couple people that they I think every week have done a pickup game of some sort. They still keep going, and I'm like, don't ever stop, because the first weekend you got to miss, you're done with it.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. I mean, it's true. God, as recently as probably a decade ago, I was still like playing in indoor soccer leagues and stuff.
Yeah,
I was playing softball after I retired, doing a few softball leagues. But yeah, once you're done, it's hard to get back, especially as the older you get, because it's just less people who you can find to go do that.
I bet lockdown ended so many rec leagues. Like, people never went back to playing rec anything.
So this one's definitely a 90s one right here. But one thing I really liked as a teenager, that not as an adult, cutting in line. Oh, I went in the wrong order. Cutting in line, I love. So as a teenager, like cutting that line that I said before is for the last one. That was just the 90s. All teenagers love cutting in line. You feel so slick when you get up there. You're a teenager. You're kind of an asshole. You know, you're like, I got up there. I made it. Now, if I think I'm cutting in line, I'm like, whoa, I am a bad boy here. I will stop. And the sanctity of the line as I've gotten older has become one of the most guarded, most precious things in the world.
Amen, brother.
And I have been chosen by God, as all other middle-aged guys have, to ensure that the sanctity of the line remains pure.
Yeah. And that includes driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. No cutting into the, you had plenty of time to get over into the lane when a lane was closing.
The zipper merge is one car in between each one. Don't get on his ass and try to sneak in.
Right. Don't try to do two at once. You wait your turn.
Teenager Jerrod.
Yeah.
I would look at you and laugh while I did it then.
Yep. Hold it. Roy went running with a former friend who literally ran circles around because I was slower. Never again. Okay. You don't have to be a fortune teller, a clairvoyant, to know that this was a bad idea. This I put firmly on you, Roy.
We need to dissect this one a little bit. Yeah.
What's that?
We need to dissect this a little bit here too.
Yep.
Like, number one, Roy, like Ian was saying, you need to take some responsibility for this yourself. Like, you've got to learn to say no. You have to have boundaries, and a good boundary for anybody to have is not go running.
Yeah,
I think that's a solid boundary. Nobody would belittle you for that one. Roy, buddy, have boundaries.
Yeah, just say, how dare you invite me to that? How dare you? And how little you know me. That's my reaction.
Yeah, and number two, and maybe even more important, nobody who invites you to go running is a friend.
No, they are sadists and masochists. They're
not what a friend does.
And masochistic at the exact same time.
Yeah.
They have to be miserable, and they want to make you miserable at the exact same time. You don't need that in your life.
Yeah. Don't let yourself get mistreated by people who call you their friends.
Yeah, no, that there's something going on there. That person needs help. It's a big cry for help. The only thing you could do to help is say, have fun. I'll have a tall glass of water waiting when you return.
I assume if they're like asking you to go running with them, they're trying to get like state secrets out of you or something like that.
Or they're trying to get you out of your house so their friend can go in and rob you.
Right.
That's, yep. It's a ruse. You probably, Roy, something might be missing. If you did this, I'd check to make sure nothing was missing.
You should check your credit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Identity theft is not a joke.
Right.
As the great Dwight Schrute says.
All right. We have.
All right. Is this the one that the 90s? Is this?
This is the 90s one. We have mentored Roy enough here.
I'm taking him down. Down. There we go.
So this is one that it was like for a while in the 90s. This was a big thing, and I thought it was so cool then, and now definitely not. That was trying to grow a goatee.
Ooh.
Remember how in the 90s, like, goatees were cool?
Yeah.
And now the only people who have goatees are, like, the biggest assholes that you know?
Mm-hmm.
I
Do we
want it
know?
so
Do we
bad.
know anybody with a goatee? You're talking pretty big right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
and when word of this gets out to the big goatee crowd, a
Yeah.
bunch of
But
assholes are gonna be coming after me.
now, did you know? This is me. This is me being a Cliff Clavin about it all. But a goatee actually is just when you have hair here
It's a Van
and
Dyke,
a
technically,
Van
yeah.
Dyke. All right. Okay. I just wanted to
So,
make
okay,
sure.
but nobody's calling a Van Dyke in the 90s. They were calling that a goatee. Mr. Pedantic over there. Jeez.
Hey,
Boy, is that
hey.
gonna be a trivia question on game night?
Yes, it will be. Jerrod, it is I've been blessed with a wealth of knowledge. I can retain a lot. It is my duty and responsibility to put it out to the world, especially if it makes people feel like I'm an asshole. So
Worked.
I take it very seriously.
Your plan worked to a T,
I
my
know.
friend.
I know. Again, very good at what I do.
So I wanted so badly when I was a teenager to grow a goatee. And I was trying. I had like the 3 or 4 whiffs of the hair,
Yep.
right? But there are a few little hairs growing out under the chin. And I really wanted to. I was like 16, 17 years old, trying as hard as you can to grow a goatee. And I worked at a restaurant. And there's this one guy there who was like 21, 22. And when you're like 16, 17 years old, a guy who's 21, 22 seems like the coolest guy in the world.
They got it all together. They
Yeah.
figured out life.
He was married, he had kids, and he
Sure.
was still like cool with me, you know?
And
he
divorced
had
at 24, most likely. Yep.
perfect goatee, perfect
Yep.
goatee. So I may have told the story before, but if not, I'll tell it again. So he told me, he's like, you know how you get facial hair to grow? Get a cat to lick your face. Where a cat licks, it causes facial hair to grow. Now, I got to tell you, I was not a stupid teenager. I was a very smart kid most of the time.
Yeah.
And
I'm thinking you're painting a picture of you being very happy and very dim.
Yeah. This
just grinning and not understanding life at all.
When you like now, just saying it, I feel so stupid telling that part of the story. And believe me, there's a lot where I look stupid in the story. But like hearing that part of me say that part of the story, it's like, of course he was blowing smoke up your ass. But no, I was like, oh wow, I believe everything this cool older guy says. And we had cats, and like one of them, when I'm trying to sleep, would always be licking my face. So I'm like, this will be easy. So what I did is I got our cat and I got a bowl of milk and I went to my bedroom, closed the door so the cat couldn't escape, which I think the cat felt that vibe, which really set the table there. So I bring the cat on the bed. And of course, it's looking around like I don't know what's going on around here. So made sure I smelled the milk. Then I took the milk and I gave myself a milk goatee. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like trying to get the cat.
Smart, because that's the shape you wanted. That was very smart, right? You didn't want it licking over here. That would be unwanted hair.
And when you've given yourself a milk goatee and you're actively trying to get the cat to lick the milk goatee at your face, that's when one thought in your head is, I hope nobody like comes into my bedroom without knocking, because that would have been a very difficult thing to explain to anybody who came in there. So this cat that would wake me up licking my face wanted nothing to do with my milk goatee. Not interested at all. And I'm like holding the cat up. I'm like, come on. And at one of the come ons, I freaked out the cat. And I don't know, like years later, I told the story to someone that they probably thought you were trying to eat it. And I did. But I freaked out the cat. That cat reached out with the claws and I've got a scar that if I didn't have any facial hair, I still have the scar there.
Really? It was that deep. Holy crap.
Cat got my face.
Yeah. Wow.
So that was the end of that experiment. That's how bad I want to grow a goatee.
Yeah.
And, saw him at work. The next time I was at work, I tried it. The cat wouldn't give him milk goatee. I couldn't get the cat to look at my face. He's like, oh, I was just kidding about that. And I'd like to be in his shoes. Like if I told that to somebody, I would assume they would definitely realize that they were kidding. But I wonder in that moment in his life if he thought I was kidding about all of the other stuff that I'd done.
No, he definitely knew you were serious, because you put him on a pedestal and gave him that power to be able to buy it hook, line, and sinker, and he knew it. He knew it.
Yeah, he was
That-
not at all responsible with his power.
No. I mean that probably and probably if he got a wife and did you say kids at the time?
Yeah.
He probably needed that win so badly. So in a way, you were probably being very altruistic because he probably was like, that was the highlight. That was the highlight right there.
Like I tell the story, but I wonder if he goes around now and he tells that story from his side.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's probably his like number one party story. Like, oh my God. Yes, I got him. And comes in 2 days later, scratched all to hell.
God. Sometimes like I was captain of my high school academic decathlon team. And I gave myself a milk goatee to try to get the cat to lick a goatee out of my face.
Just another example of book smarts do not equal street smarts. That's awesome. That's a good story. I do not think you've ever told that one before.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody.
There it is. There it is. Wow. I feel so like satiated because we got 2 lists tonight. Like I feel like we've gone and had our lobster banquet,
It's a lot of meat. A lot of meat today.
A lot of meat. Gonna have the meat sweats later on. gonna have to cover my face in milk.
So, Ian.
Yes.
We covered some things I'm into. I've been into. I played sports. Into all that. Was into goatees. Yeah. But we didn't really get into what kind of thing. What's your passions?
My passion. Excellent segue.
I'm so good at segues.
You are so good at segues. Even the ones you ride, you're pretty good at. Even the vehicle. Yeah, Jerrod, they announced the Oscars recently.
Well.
And I am a huge movie buff and enjoy Oscar season. So I thought I would commandeer our show and make you participate in the Oscar predictions.
And just so everybody knows, like, I know nothing about movie stars. Like, half of the guests on late night shows, I have no idea who they are.
Yep. So this is going to be so much fun. This is a segment. So, and I will say this, for those of you watching now or in the near future, I also host a Oscar prediction competition. It is there's an app. You do all your picks, and it awards points based on how well you do. I am very happy to do a Hump Day edition. So reach out to me directly because Jerrod will want nothing to do with this. Nothing. So reach out to me directly if you would like to participate in this year's prediction race. But let's go into the Oscars. Now, the Oscars are announced very early in California, and I think this happened on this past Monday. I think that's when it happened. So these are fresh off the press. So all right, we have 10. The Oscars you can nominate up to 10 films for Best Picture. Some years they don't do all 10. This is a year they did all 10. So it's Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I've seen 3 of these.
Have you? I've seen Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I saw that one. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. I did not. I may be the only person, but I also fell asleep in it. I got to watch it again. The Fabelmans, that's the Steven Spielberg biopic, which was very interesting. I don't know if I wouldn't call it the best picture out there, but it was very good. The Banshees of Inisherin, which is on HBO Max, if you have it, highly recommend it. Colin Farrell and I forget the other gentleman's name. Very interesting movie set in the early 1900s in Ireland. Tar, I did not see. That is the biopic about the music conductor. I forget her name, but it's supposed to be very good. All Quiet on the Western Front. This one's going to be a tough one for me to watch. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix movie, but it's Jerrod, it's set from the German perspective. So yeah, Jerrod lived in Germany for a few while. This may be one that you may be interested in. And
I started trying to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was okay. It
Yeah.
didn't really hold my interest.
Okay. Okay.
It felt like a movie I've seen a lot of times before.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna. And just so everybody knows, I do try to watch all the Best Picture nominees. So I will, before the Oscars come out, I will have watched all of these. Hopefully.
I just thought of a question.
Yes.
Are we going to go over these movies later, or is this the time to comment on them?
I hadn't really thought it through. So comment away, whatever you
Okay.
want to do.
All right.
We're running low. I don't want to. I have. There's 7 slides. So,
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. We got unlimited airtime.
All right. So, yeah. So, what do you think? Let me go through it, and then we'll comment on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then there's Elvis, the biopic about Elvis. I saw that one. Triangle of Sadness. I hear there's some really disturbing imagery, and I have a hard time with disturbing imagery, and so I'm avoiding that one. But I'll see it eventually. Top Gun Maverick. I think this is the most popular, most seen one on this list. Definitely the biggest moneymaker. Women Talking, I haven't seen. Avatar: The Way of the Water would be, well, I think it did better than Top Gun Maverick, so maybe that's the one that.
They're pretty close. Like Top Gun Maverick made a lot of money.
Yeah. So which ones have you seen, Jerrod?
So I've seen all of Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yep.
Top Gun Maverick, Avatar: The Way of Water, and
Okay.
I still watched some of All Quiet on the Western Front. And
Gotcha.
so I have some thoughts about those movies if you're looking for some.
Yeah.
I have no thoughts about any of the other ones.
Let me just say the ones that I see, just so we know.
Okay.
I've seen Everything Everything All at Once. I've seen The Fablemans. I've seen The Banshees. I have seen Elvis. I've seen Top Gun, and I saw Avatar.
Okay.
Yeah. I see a lot of movies.
So I enjoyed Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was just an enjoyable viewing for me. It just a fun movie, you know? Yep. I liked it.
Streaming on Showtime if you're interested.
Okay. I saw it on an airplane. So.
Yeah, there you go.
So Top Gun Maverick.
Yes.
One thing about me is I hate nostalgia. I hate nostalgia. I hate the feeling of nostalgia.
Seems like this would not be the movie for you then.
And watching it, and they really like crammed the nostalgia into it.
Yeah.
And I still ended up enjoying the movie. Now, I'm not an expert on what makes a movie good or what makes a movie bad, but even as I was watching it, it was like, okay, this is just bullshit to make a movie, you know, to make a fun movie to watch. Like a plot that's completely unbelievable, you know, even compared to like Everything Everywhere All at Once and movies like that. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, a plot that was just made up out of nowhere, tried to be the real world for the movie. But I enjoyed it. I fell for it. I kicked myself for enjoying it, but I do enjoy that movie.
I can take or leave Tom Cruise. I am not a fan of Miles Teller. And as much as I enjoyed I'm of that age that everybody just loved Top Gun. I mean, that was the one of the definitive movies of my childhood. So I went in with really mixed emotions and came out really liking it.
Yeah.
And most people I think did. I haven't heard a lot of people that were like, nah, it wasn't for me.
It's like I enjoy a Golden Corral buffet. But I'm not proud of that fact. Yeah, that's how I feel about Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
So I saw Avatar too.
Yeah.
And
as me. Yeah.
I guess as entertainment, it was okay, but I felt like the original one, to me, that's such a creative plot that it had.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff was, shoved in your face a little bit hard, but it was a creative, original plot, This, not at all. They made some different stylistic choices with some of it. Like, I thought it was weird how they try to think how to say it without sounding creepy, but in the second one, they seem to have gone out of their way to make the female character's boobs more noticeable.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, I can. Yeah.
And that was a little
weird. And this is what happens when you have total creative control and unlimited time.
Yeah.
I just felt like an hour of that movie was just showing off the graphics, which is fine.
Yeah.
But boy, does it just make the movie drag a little bit. Like it was like again, I saw it on IMAX. I saw it in the way that James Cameron intended to be seen, the Providence Place IMAX, which is the huge screen.
Yeah.
So I was immersed. So yeah, but you kind of get desensitized to it after a while. And I'm sure if I went frame by frame, I'd be like jaw drop. But you're kind of like, okay, I've seen this underwater stuff.
Yeah.
I'm ready for
It's like half movie, half Epcot Center ride.
Yeah, that's a great way. Well, and it's so destined to be a ride. You know what I'm saying? Like now that Disney's hands are all over it, it was like, okay, I can see where, we're gonna fly here. We're gonna go under the water here, you know.
Yeah, and it was like the plot was so shallow.
Yeah.
You know, people call it the white savior plot. And like,
well,
I can't argue with that.
And I just got to ask, is there, I'm not even going to go in there. It's too much of a topic. Yeah. So I don't know. My hope, I think, of this list is probably the Banshees of Inisherin. But I think it's going to go to Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I like it to be a fun movie that wins. I enjoyed that movie. It was an enjoyable movie. And to have like a plot that's kind of almost superhero-ish, you know, almost fantasy, sci-fi.
Yeah.
It'll be a good movie.
Well, if you look at the best pictures, they've been going with they're rewarding diversity in casting, diversity in directing, diversity in story, and I applaud that. And I think, and the way everybody really loves it, it's like universally loved. To me, I don't think you can go wrong with that as best picture. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's going to be a tough one to get away from.
Yeah. So that's my prediction is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Mine too.
All right. Best director. So we have the Daniels, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, collectively known as the Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once. We have Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans. We have Martin McDonagh for Banshees of Inisherin, Todd Field for Tar, and Ruben Ostlund for Triangle of Sadness. All these movies were on the Best Picture list. My pick will definitely be for the Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think this is one. Sometimes they split the Best Picture and Best Director, but I think the only one that may cause an upset is maybe Steven Spielberg, because people love a Spielberg movie, but I don't think this is his best movie. And
I haven't seen it, but when Steven Spielberg is making and directing a movie about himself, that feels too self-indulgent even for Hollywood.
Yeah. And I liked it as a movie fan, but I think I enjoyed it on a level. I liked seeing how some of his ideas, because it's him as a kid. So he's doing these home movies and he's developing his own special effects that he could produce in the art. That was fascinating to me. It's also a story of his parents breaking up and how they were both great to him, which was really nice to see. You know, like he really had, both his parents were really good, you know, and but they just didn't work out. And that's an interesting story, but it didn't raise the level of best of anything, in my opinion. So
yeah, like I could see some of the directing in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Good. I haven't seen the other ones, but
all right, moving on to Best Actor. We have Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin, Bill Nighy for Living, and Paul Mescal for Aftersun. I've not seen the last two movies, so I can't really weigh in on those performances. I didn't see The Whale either. I haven't seen The Whale either.
I only know who two of those people are.
Yeah. That's I think you're about to see Paul Mescal a lot, because there's a lot of movies coming up with him. Bill Nighy is an older British actor. He was he was in Pirates of the Caribbean as I forget, one of the monsters in the second one. I forget the name of it. Anybody in the audience can help me out. Austin Butler played Elvis, and everybody knows who Brendan Fraser and Colin Farrell are. So they're saying it's Brendan Fraser's year. I have no interest in seeing that movie. It's Brendan Fraser in a fat suit, and I've heard a lot of. I don't think it's a movie that I'm very interested in. So I'll probably skip it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot
Love
of
that.
British, like a lot of British actors in American cinema.
Yeah.
Like a disproportionate number. And I always wonder if it's that they are deeper into like the Shakespearean theater in England compared to the US. So maybe they, I don't know, audition. Not saying they've been bad actors, they've been wonderful actors in the things that I've seen. And a lot of the biggest American or most enjoyed American shows and have been full of British actors, British accents throughout.
It seems like that's just become more and more common. It's interesting. We have a couple of comments about Elvis. Elvis sucked. Top Gun was a redo. And then Kelly is like, everybody likes Austin Butler, but I was not impressed with Elvis. I kind of am on that too. I thought it was okay. I thought it was it was okay. I thought Tom Hanks, it was not my favorite performance by Tom Hanks. I did think this kid that I've never seen before, I guess was a child actor and now is making a breakout, really did a good job impersonating Elvis and playing Elvis. But the movie didn't really do much for me. So that's that's how I lay in. And then Garth actually mentioned Bill Nighy was in Love Actually. He was the aging rock and roller in Love Actually, if you've seen that. And he was Davy Jones in the Pirates of the Caribbean. So you wouldn't recognize him with all that makeup on, but
yeah.
Bill
Nighy's the guy with an octopus face.
There you go. Yeah, that's him. That's him. So
I'm glad he got more work because that's got to be tough to cast. He's to get typecast when you got an octopus face.
Well, and he was very well known in Britain. Like he's a British actor that was like British royalty over there with his acting, and then I think was a little less known in the States, but did Love Actually and then did the Pirates of the Caribbean and has been pretty consistently in movies. He pops up in one every couple of years and some shows as well, like British streaming shows and that sort of thing. So, all right, moving on to Best Actress. We have Michelle Yeoh, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Cate Blanchett for Tar, Ana de Armas for Blonde, Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans, and Adrian Riseborough to Leslie. There was some controversy about the last one. There is a rule with the Oscars that if you do campaigning, you can't reference any of your competition in your campaigning. And the studio did, although it was a little bit innocuous, they did mention one of the other films in their promotion of this to win an Oscar. And so the Academy looked into it, but they have decided not to take away the nomination. So she is still, which everybody's relieved because it really wasn't her fault that the studio did something, against the rules. I think this one is, it could go three ways. Michelle Yeoh, Cate Blanchett, or Michelle Williams. Michelle Williams has done well in other awards. Michelle Yeoh did take the Golden Globe, but I think the Screen Actor Guild went to Michelle Williams. Ana de Armas, that movie is problematic. Blonde, I think she may be good in it, but that's the story of Marilyn Monroe that got a lot of negative press. Yeah.
So yeah, I remember the press, everything from that. Mm-hmm. So for the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, Michelle Yeoh is the best part of that movie.
And she's consistently good in everything she's been in.
Yeah. She's good. She's just a good actor.
Yeah, she really is. And so that's probably who I'm rooting for. I haven't seen Tar yet, so I can't really weigh on Cate Blanchett. Michelle Williams was excellent in The Fabelmans, but I think the fact that Michelle Yeoh carries that movie more than Michelle Williams does, it's just a bigger part. Yeah. And the fact that movie is just universally loved, I just think Michelle Yeoh. I'm pulling for her.
Yeah, I mean, just watch that movie. It's hard. It was hard for me to think of anybody else who's been on that level. I mean, she was the star of that movie, and she was excellent in it.
Yep, I agree. All right, two more categories. So we have Best Supporting Actor, Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Short Round from the Indiana Jones
Yeah.
Last Temple. Data from the Goonies. Ke Quan, so awesome to see him back in mainstream filmmaking in front of the camera. Brendan Gleeson is the other person in the Banshees of Inisherin. Jerrod, I think you would like that movie a lot. Basically the premise, real quick premise of it. Two friends in, like I said, turn of the century Ireland. One day the Brendan Gleeson says to Colin Farrell, "We're not friends anymore." And Colin Farrell will not accept it and keeps trying to figure out what's going on. And so Brendan Gleeson says, "The next time you talk to me, I'm going to cut off a finger." Of his own finger, not Colin Farrell's finger, his own finger. And yeah, so that's the whole premise of the movie. And it's kind of fascinating to watch. I think you would enjoy it because it's a little bit dark and it's definitely has some humor in it, but it's pretty good. So we also have Barry Keoghan from Banshees of Inisherin. He really does good. It's always interesting. We have two actors from the same franchise. Barry Keoghan's going to be the next Joker in the Matt Reeves. He's the one that showed up at the end of the newest Batman. So he was also in the Eternals. And I forget the character, but he's the one that kind of goes evil a little bit. Judd Hirsch in The Fablesmans. This is one that's always tough. He's in the movie for like 30 seconds, but you do enjoy the 30 seconds he's in. He's a good. And then Brian Tyree Henry, another Eternal that I would love to see. I think people most know him as Paperboy from Atlanta. He's fantastic. So I haven't seen that movie. So, but I'm pulling for Ke Quan. It's funny. My least favorite movie, just because I didn't like it. I'm pulling for all these awards because the people are so good.
So first, I'm gonna say like a little bit of Judd Hirsch.
Yeah,
it makes any movie a little bit better, right there.
Absolutely.
I like Ke Quan.
Yeah,
I really liked Everything Everywhere All at Once. But it's a great story. I'm glad to see him back. I didn't think he was like great in that movie though. I thought he was okay.
Yeah, it's tough because I think it's Michelle Yeoh's movie, right? And I think I'm just going for it because I loved him as a kid, and I'm hoping for him. I honestly, I'd probably in this list give it to Brendan Gleeson, although I have not seen Causeway, so I can't really say. But I think of the better performance, it's probably his. But
I can't see Ke Quan winning.
All right, we'll see. All right, and our last category is Best Supporting Actress. Angela Bassett for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin. Hong Chow for The Whale. And Stephanie Sue for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think this is the toughest of the categories.
I'm gonna say that this is a strong one.
Yeah. Angela Bassett owns Black Panther. That whole cast, just to be able to recover from losing Chadwick Boseman, the main actor in that, and being able to make a really, really entertaining and heartfelt film. And Angela Bassett, came and she delivered. Same could be said with Jamie Lee Curtis. It's the definition of a supporting role. You have Michelle Yeoh just acting the crap out of it, but you got Jamie Lee Curtis supporting the shit out of her. Like it's just like in the job description. Carrie Condon was great, but I don't think it's the level. I didn't see The Whale. And Stephanie Sue is the daughter in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
And I know that the emotional payoff is mother and daughter in that movie, and I don't want to take anyway, but I just think Jamie Lee Curtis just did what she needed to do to support the hell out of it.
I agree.
Yeah. So that's it, everybody. Oscars, they're sometime, I think, the first Sunday in March. So again, if you're interested in participating in my fun for bragging rights only Oscar pool, drop me a line. I'll send you the link. But I hope that was fun for everybody. It was fun for me.
Sure seemed like it was.
Jerrod's like, I had no idea Ian was this much into movies.
I knew about the Oscar party for all these years. Never knew about the game night.
Oh, you're going to get an invite to that too.
I'm not.
No,
I don't think I'm going to go to the Oscar party.
Nobody goes. It's me and one other friend. It's the saddest Oscar party ever.
Yeah.
one year I got a few out, but again, they're all Rhode Islanders and they all live in the Providence area, all the way down to South Kingston on a Sunday night.
On a Sunday, I got to work the next day.
Yeah, exactly. All right, plug time, my friend. What do you got?
Woo! So this Friday, I'm at Bring Your Own Improv at 8 and 10 p.m., the new later hours down at the Warwick Center for the Arts. So come on down. A little short form action right there. Saturday at 7 p.m., Dr. Nighttime. We've decided to move away from the Herald. So we're just kind of feeling out a new form. So it's going to be a little more, just more montage-y. This Saturday, that's what we did last week. It ended up being a fantastic show. So
you're doing it this Saturday?
Yep.
Guess what?
What?
I'm opening for you.
Whoa!
Yep. Me and Omar and Mike Scheibner are doing a team. I don't know if we're going to add any more to that, but right now that's who it is. It'll be quite something because we've not rehearsed it, so we're going to do it. Yeah, so we'll be on the 7:00 show as well. So I will see you there. So everybody that's been waiting, like, when can we see Ian and Jerrod at the same time? It's this Saturday at 7.
That's right.
Saturday at 7. So Jerrod's on Friday night. Are you doing both shows? Is it what is it? 8 and 10?
Yeah.
8 and 10. I couldn't remember 30 seconds from what you just said. I'm getting old. So you can see Jerrod. You can see us both at 7:00 at Providence Improv, Big Hill, 95 Empire Street in Providence. And then I'm going to do the unthinkable and drive all the way down to South Kingstown to perform at 9:30 at the Contemporary Theater Company with Melissa Bowler, Jim Bagley. Yeah, Bowler and Bags. And Peter Kunis.
Wow.
Yeah, that is. I feel like, what am I doing on this team? Because yeah, that's some killer. So we're headlining at CTC. They have an opening act for us, and then we go on. So 9:30 at the Contemporary Theater Company. If you're only used to seeing Providence Improv Guild improv, CTC approaches it in a very different way. So they come see it. You'll see some very different improv on stage that night. So a little late for some folks. It's right when I'm getting going. That's when my good improv. I'm a little punch drunk, tired. That's when I give the good stuff. So yeah, plenty of opportunities to see Jerrod and I this weekend. So and we, I said this on Facebook, and I know I speak for Jerrod, love to see friendly faces in the audience. Like it makes our day. So come on out.
You know what? We're gonna be signing autographs after the show.
Yeah, yes. I might, especially after the because I'm not running and I live in town. This is a hometown show for me at 9:30. I might even treat somebody to some beverages after. If you come out and see me, I'd buy you a drink. Ooh. So there you go. There you have it.
There's an ice cream place across the street from CTC.
It's closed for the winter.
Oh, that is bullshit. I'm so glad I'm not going down there.
But there are good restaurants nearby in walking distance that serve adult beverages. Or I'll buy you a soft drink or a water. Your pick. I'll buy you a grasshopper.
Dairy, grasshopper with dairy and an umbrella.
Yep, I'm doing it. So come on out. Seriously, doesn't matter when. Just come out, support local theater, support local comedy, and I think that's it.
That's it.
All right, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks. And Jerrod, I'll see you on Saturday. Actually, we'll see everybody on Friday or Saturday. So
right.
Yeah, you're all, even Garth, who would have to drive from Connecticut to come see me.
You know what I decided this weekend?
What's that?
I'm kissing one random audience member on the lips.
Ooh.
So if you come out to my shows, might be you.
Oh God. I don't think that's going to have the effect you think it's going to have.
Oh, I think it is. I think it is.
All right, my friend, are you ready to awkward wave?
Yeah.